Welcome to the demonstration of 32Soft's Production Planner Data Loader. This data loader was designed especially for QAD users who manage production plans and schedules in QAD. This efficient and productive tool works with QAD whether or not you have QAD Master Scheduling Workbench enabled, providing real-time access to QAD data and instant visibility of ordered quantities, available resources, and planned demands. This tool allows you to download data from QAD into Excel spreadsheets, where you can easily manage production details. Then, quickly and safely upload your data into QAD. Let's take a look at how Production Planner Data Loader can help you manage your production plans with greater efficiency and accuracy. When we open the Data Loader, we see a familiar Excel spreadsheet with the addition of the Data Loader banner. The banner includes filtering options and action buttons, which allow us to download data from and upload data back to QAD. To get started, we need to select the correct database. We click the Setup button to find the appropriate database and select it. We can set up as many databases as needed in the Data Loader. The fields in the banner highlighted in yellow allow us to filter records by order status, site, due date range, product line, item type, work center, or production line. Once the filter parameters have been entered, we select the Download button. As soon as we select any of the action buttons for the first time, a login screen appears. As with all 32Soft data loaders, Production Planner uses QAD authentication logic to validate user ID and password. This data loader validates that the user has access to production orders in QAD. Let's log in. For each connection, the name of the QAD database will be displayed in the banner. Production orders for manufactured items where Purchase Manufacture flag is set to L, M, or blank, and with order status specified in the banner are downloaded. Now we can modify existing or create new production orders. Or we can start by checking component availability to identify existing and potential component shortages. All downloaded work orders have a sequence field that is used to prioritize components allocation. If QAD Master Scheduling Workbench is in use for a selected site, Production Planner will use the sequence assigned to orders in the workbench. If QAD Master Scheduling Workbench is not in use, orders will be assigned a sequence automatically based on order status and due date. Orders with released status are assigned a higher priority, followed by allocated, firm, exploded, and then planned orders. There are two component availability reports available in Production Planner: shortages by component and shortages by work order. By clicking on the Work Order Shortages button, we can review component requirements and availability grouped by work order. Let's take a look. The first thing we will see is a summarized components availability status for each work order. We can look into the details for each work order by switching to the Work Order Shortage tab. To identify component requirements, Production Planner will first roll down production orders to the components level using item bombs. Components that have already been released into production will be identified, and required dates and quantities for each component will be calculated. Then, using available and projected quantities on hand, order sequence, and cumulative lead time, the loader will simulate the allocation of components, identify projected shortages, and assign component availability status. We can see if a component is a purchased item or subassembly, and include or exclude subassembly components from the component availability calculation. This can be done in the banner, where we enter our selection criteria filter options on the Orders List tab. In this report, we can also see the component quantity required by the work order, available quantity, quantity on hand, and order quantity, if any. Available quantity represents the quantity balance on hand after allocating components to work orders with higher priority. Order quantity represents an open purchase order quantity expected to be received into inventory by a specified date. We can take a look at the details by selecting the Order Details action button in the banner. Based on this combined quantity information, the work order component is assigned a status of OK, Planned, or Short. If we include sub-assembly components in the shortage check, Production Planner will check for open release work orders for these components and will consider those as planned or ordered quantities if the work order due date satisfies the required date. And we can click on the Order Details action button to view sub-assembly released work order details. In addition to identifying component shortages for existing or modified production orders, Production Planner also allows us to verify stock availability for new or simulated production orders. Let's go back to the main tab. To add a simulation production order, we need to go to the Orders List tab and add a new line that specifies order due date, item number, quantity, and optionally a sequence. We can add this new line anywhere in the work order list. After we enter the new order details or modify existing orders, we can select either Work Order Shortage or Component Shortage to recalculate components availability. We'll get a projected component status for the updated list of work orders, including new simulation orders we see here with components availability status. We can change simulation order sequence and run another component availability calculation scenario to see how it will affect our results. If we need to exclude certain orders from the component's availability calculation, we can either delete those orders from our orders list in Excel or place the selected orders on hold. To place existing work orders on hold, we simply add Yes in the On Hold column and then click the Update On Hold button. Placing production orders on hold through Production Planner does not affect standard QAD functionality. It only prevents production orders from being taken into account the next time we run the component's availability calculation in Production Planner. If the capacity availability check is part of the production planning process, we can check capacity availability for a selected set of production orders using Production Planner. By clicking on Capacity Report, we will get the capacity availability status for each individual work order. The detailed capacity availability report is generated on a separate tab. We can switch to it to review details of available production resources, their allocation, and existing or projected capacity shortages. Capacity shortages are shown in red as negative remaining capacity. Quantity that cannot be produced due to lack of available capacity at the work center is shown in the Quantity to Reschedule column. Based on the projected capacity availability and suggested quantity to reschedule, we can adjust our production plan by changing production order quantities, due dates, and/or sequences. The Production Planner data loader allows us to simulate production plan roll forward based on available capacity. Let's save the results of the previous capacity report so we can compare it with a roll-forwarded version. To simulate a roll forward of the ordered quantities, we need to set the Order Roll Forward flag in the banner to Yes. By clicking again on the Capacity Report button, we get an updated Work Center Utilization Report with suggested order quantities and their run dates based on the available capacity. If we now compare capacity reports generated with and without order roll forwarding, we will see how proposed order quantities and run dates have changed. This happens in simulation mode only and does not affect QAD data. Let's go back to the main tab. Similar to the components availability check, we can run multiple what-if scenarios for capacity check and add new simulation orders, or modify quantity, due date, and priority of the existing orders. Data does not get updated to QAD as a result of these what-if simulation scenarios. If we need to update work order details in QAD or create new work orders, we can set the Update Create column to Yes for corresponding lines. Set work order status, and click on the Upload button. Once orders have been created, we can optionally release and print them, or go back to the main tab and re-download an updated production plan. There are a number of inquiries available from within the Production Planner tool. For example, we can select MRP details or summaries for a specific item, or check standard work order item routing and BOM. Please note that this is a generic version of 32Soft's Production Planner. This tool, of course, can be customized to accommodate an organization's specific planning process. As demonstrated, this easy-to-use productivity tool makes it simple to manage production details from convenient Excel spreadsheets and then upload data safely to QAD. 32Soft's Production Planner data loader will increase your productivity, reduce errors, and significantly contribute to your bottom line. For more information about this and other productivity tools, or to start your free 60-day trial, email us at contact@32soft.com. And please be sure to visit our website to sign up for our free educational webinars, www.32soft.com. Thank you for your interest in our productivity tools and for watching this demonstration.